I want to go over one of the most poignant scenes in the film. It's a seminal scene, actually, and it's a scene that I remember when Miss Lawrence actually did it, and we talked afterwards, and he was just drained and done with the lynching scene.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you first, Davine, for you, what did that scene mean, as an artist, but also as a black woman? And keep it short because we only have about 5 more minutes.
No problem. It was overwhelming. I've never had to act that before, right? We've seen that in television and in film. So I was really intimidated by it, to be honest, because I didn't know how to. I wanted to do it right, and I didn't want
Mm-hmm.
it to be like, oh, every other thing you ever saw. And you know, it's just. I'll just say this: it's very interesting that we as Black people really have PTSD. That's a real thing. Like that's in our
Mm-hmm.
DNA. And though I've never have experienced that, it transported me in such a way you
Yeah.
couldn't tell me anything different. I think we felt that all that it was like, this is 2019 and we're all in our, 20s and 30s and 40s or whatever, and we were never there to witness it, but the atmosphere was set up in such a way that it snatched us into that space. And if
Yeah.
anything, it was just more so about being brave enough to surrender to that
Hmm.
moment and not being afraid of whatever came out.
Yeah, it was tough. It was very. And to sum it up, I was fucked up for a couple days, even after we shot it. And my only question was, after processing what that must have been, and what it still is today in a lot of ways, is why. It's just why.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it took me a minute personally to come out of that. And I think that spirit kind of stuck with me, and I think a lot of us throughout the duration of our filming.